Hello, Legion. It's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Ancient Relics in our Legacy of the Forerunners series. In the last episode, we not only met our first neighbors, which are very, very friendly, but we also encountered I would imagine, the end event of the BEAUREGARDE event, which is this lovely blue ether drake called the Shard, hanging out around our relic world of Campira. Now, Campira is still developing normally, and we're able to build, but yeah, that's an interesting turn of events. The ISS Ponderanian has located the source of the movement in the upper atmosphere of Irem 1. Surprisingly, there was no ship hidden in the clouds, but rather a docile alien life form. Despite its impressive size, the creature, which the Irem 1 crew have dubbed a space amoeba, appears to be a juvenile. There is no way knowing how this juvenile was separated from others of its kind. But one thing is certain: it appears to have imprinted on the ISS Ponderanian. As the crew completed their survey of Irem 1, it found that the creature was following them. It has proven difficult to shake, and Durabdin Vagors has taken quite a shine to the juvenile's determination. Our science officer suggests allowing the juvenile to follow the vessel, certain we may learn more about the species in the process. Okay, so we can order a dissection. We can say very well. So we can get a lost juvenile. Yeah, let's go ahead and add the lost juvenile to our fleet. Because reasons. Alright, so the lost juvenile might only be able to follow Task Force Campus, but that's fine by me. We'll give it that order. Because we're not able to actually change the makeup of a biological entity like that. But anyway, we are, with this episode, focused on finding any other alien empires nearby, but also finishing up maybe the habitable worlds. Or not habitable worlds, but the old shrines. Shrines to the old gods event chain. As well as continuing to build up our ships in order to take on the Grand Dragon. Okay, archaeological sites.
System survey concluded.
Another log has been found and translated. First mate Ethar speaking. Captain has been safely stowed in utility closet C. That bumbling fool is to blame for everything. I am in command now. Chief Engineer Zarbla is working on a subspace transmitter. Without one, I fear we'll never get rescued, as we're too far off the corporate trade routes. Pyrvax lost another eye. Likely won't last the day. Curious. Pyrvax in those eyes, man. Like that poor... Lost 11 eyes, I think, in the first narrative. Can we reread that? Hang on. Yeah, 11 of his eyes. Holy crap. 11. An entire 11 eyes. All right, Athesa is in need of some additional buildings. Food-wise, we're okay. But maybe I should build more farms just to be safe. Because the population is going to be growing faster starting roughly now. Okay, so we do have more influence, and I would prefer most to expand in this direction because I want to get this stuff. A small cargo pod has been left to drift in space above this gas giant. It has been captured by the planet's gravity well and will eventually be pulled into its atmosphere. We'll have that scientist research it. All right, so Campira does have some housing issues, and it looks like some other planets just popped up with some stuff. So, good, our physics research boost is done. Archaeology skill +2. Hey. I think we should go for this. Let's do it. Let's improve our archaeological skill across the board. What could go wrong? What can I do here? I mean, it does look like we need some more amenities on this world. So, holotheaters are probably a good idea. Just to keep the population happy. Now, let's do it. Let's get some holotheaters built there. And then Merida is going to need... Let's go ahead and do a mining world. A little bit more of a mining district there. If I colonize a world that is less suited for, like, the growth of civilization, what I will likely do is have worlds that are more devoted just to mining or to energy, etc. But for now, I'm going to stay put with kind of splitting my worlds up, among the different district types. I can also change the specialization regardless of what I do to any of, I could say that I want any of these planets, for instance, to be a mining world, or agri world, or generator world, rather than waiting for the game to designate it automatically. So I have that option as we go. Right now, okay, so I can also turn on automated colony management, but I'm not going to do that. So I might have to actually designate these worlds, especially the growing colonies, in order to get the best bonuses out of them. We'll look at that in a moment. Despite
evading hostiles.
Okay, we have some new aliens and other things going on here. might step back down to speed 2 with the rate at which things are going. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Precursor system. These strange objects have been flagged as Theta aliens. Okay. So these are, look like ancient mining drones. Okay. Interesting. Let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, and then the Eram 1 aliens. What's going on there? I might have overlooked something or forgotten to activate that last episode, but so we have that project going as well. Okay, I think all of these should go away on their own. You can see that construction is a little bit faster planet side now.
Construction project concluded.
All right, let's go ahead and build that starbase. A discarded cargo pod was left by someone in the upper atmosphere of Bardigan 2 long ago. It has somehow escaped the notice of other spacefarers, and its decaying orbit means it would have been lost in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few years. When the crew of the ISS Chambadarian unsealed the pod, they found a stash of alien jewelry made out of precious metals. Nice. So we got some energy for that. Loving all the new narrative content. It is freaking amazing. Okay, so this guy's done. We have those alien vessels to worry about. I guess I'm just going to put you on auto explore. Let you do your thing. See what else we can discover.
System survey concluded.
Mining stations and research stations for you. Oh, cool. We get to name it. The Amoeba juvenile that joined our fleet some time ago appears to have reached full maturity. Now an impressive adult. Let's have a quick look. Look at that. Now an impressive adult, she is no less loyal to the ships that gave her a new home than when she was stranded on Iram 1. Her time spent with the fleet appears to have encouraged adaptive behaviors not typically found in wild space amoebas, making her a more formidable presence on the battlefield than others of her kind. Across Oranathi Technoclave, her image has become something of a mascot for the Technoclave's spirit. Only one question remains. What should we name her? I mean, look at this thing. It's so cool. I didn't notice, by the way, that... I don't know how I didn't notice this until just now. Oh, wait, no. All right, so this thing is still on its way. I was about to say, I didn't notice that our home system was a trinary system, but that's because this thing isn't in our home system. Even though I told it to follow Task Force Campus, it's definitely not doing that. Maybe because this event fired. That's probably why. All right, there we go. So we can name it Bubbles, Nyx, Renegade, Yuka, Saito, Boomer, Battlestar Galactica fan of me likes that one, Blaze, or Nova. You know what? This one gave me an idea. We should think of something better. Can we not name it ourselves? Oh, okay, these are new names. Blitz, Zero, Diva. I thought we could name it ourselves. Like, actually just type something in. Amoeba. Beauregard. I really like Beauregard. Or Old Bluey. Or Zeke. Oh, man. Beauregard, it's a little bit out... It's not quite in character. It's not. So I'm not... This is not going to be a good role-playing move, folks, and I apologize, but I can't pass up this opportunity to call this thing Beauregard for the rest of the series. Beauregard it is. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. Well, there's that. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Julia system, or Giulia system. These strange objects have been flagged as Iota aliens until we can learn more about them. Okay, so we've got the energy entity.
Construction project.
The ISS Chambadarian has encountered the Giulia system and its crew report that the stellar object underlying the Shrine of the Untold is indeed orbiting the star. Okay. Let's research the Iota aliens as well. All right, go ahead and get that research project done. I didn't know you'd already be in that system, but why not go ahead and take care of it? Why not? Oh.
Special project concluded.
Running out of food, ate our dead 5 cycles ago, but not enough to last us. We had a vote and decided to eat the captain. Engineer Zarbla still working hard on subspace transmitter. She assures me it is nearly complete. It looks very complex. Purvax's last secondary appendage has shriveled up and turned magenta. Death is near. Curious. Well, that's lovely. And by lovely, I mean not. Okay, so we've researched the ancient mining drones, and we have the option to establish a listening post. So we're going to go ahead and give the order to research the mining drones, because that could be handy for our mining tech in
Construction
general.
project concluded.
Right, good. That's done. How are we doing on influence? Not quite ready to keep expanding in that direction, but I would like to as soon as possible. We're not going to go too far,
Anomaly found.
but there's some resources there that I would like. Impressive structures litter Kosk 1's surface, practically begging for some archaeological work. Research, please.
Construction project concluded.
So that's here in this system. We've already excavated a good bit. Well, not really excavated, but explored, surveyed. That's the word, surveyed. A good bit in this direction. All right.
Special project concluded.
After days of activities that can best be termed fiddling, Science Officer Vadrigden Sukars retrieved the Doctrine of the Undaunted, a textile scroll coated with a sturdy plastic polymer. Fascinating.
Special project concluded.
The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are spaceborne forms of life. Quickly nicknamed Space Amoeba, following an analysis gross misreading of initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average Technoclave corvette. So we can go ahead and go for the Learn to Coexist option. Amoeboid pacification. Let's do it. It's going to take 45 months. Really? So it looks like we have met another... This is another alien empire. We just haven't researched them yet. Tell you what. I want you to survey this system before you leave. You're in the system. Just get it done. So if there's a science ship over here, there might be an empire off to our galactic northeast. Kosk 1 is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical it must surely be fictional. Surely. Image them for the archives. Get that engineering boost so that we can be done with the current project a little faster, please and thanks. Now the drone study. It's going to take 11 months. 11 entire months. See, I want to go ahead and colonize some of these other worlds, but I'm also trying to minimize the extent to which we're impacting our administrative capacity until we can boost that number by other means. We once again have a consumer goods shortage, but that can be fixed. Yeah, we have a lot of energy at the moment, so I could go for consumer benefits and really... Or we can go for Marketplace of Ideas and get more unity and be more powerful sooner and fix the consumer benefits on its own. I feel like Marketplace of Ideas is probably the most roleplay appropriate, especially considering that I just named a Space Amoeba BEAUREGARDE. I've got to do something roleplay appropriate. So, Marketplace of Ideas. So this is going to reduce our energy income. It's going to cut all of that in half. So we might actually lose a bit of energy here and have to get a little bit creative. But we've got lots to sell. And we will have to fix the consumer goods issue. So once this month ticks by, we're going to see how our income adjusts. Okay. So we do have a energy deficit now, but that can be fixed. And we have plenty of time to fix it too. And lots of minerals to sell. So not particularly concerned.
An alien empire has established communications.
All right. After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the Lozavada stellar hegemony. Diplomatic channels are now open, and all hostilities have been terminated. Influence gain 44. Hell yes. Excellent. See, that's why I was frustrated about not getting to meet these guys. Is like, what in the heck? Like, why didn't I see that? All right, so they're evangelizing zealots, militarist, and fanatic spiritualists, so we're probably not going to get along with them, I would guess. I bring greetings from the Grand Marshal Stalk of Magenta, the undisputed ruler of the Lozavada stellar hegemony. Respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds. Peace be with you, Lozavada. That could, why would that not be the right thing to say to a militaristic spiritualist empire? The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time, it's not for the first time. What happened with this encounter event last episode? Something went wrong. Has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms what we had long suspected. We are not alone in this galaxy. It's messing with the narrative. It's therefore messing with my mind. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular Xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieve spaceflight at roughly the same time. This changes everything. Okay, they are nearby. I want to try and lock this down.
Construction project concluded.
They're not so near that I'm worried. We found an archaeological site in the Nakam system, but that's in their territory. All right, so we do have more influence, and we need to use it. Let's go ahead and build a starbase there. And we almost have enough to get a starbase going there, too. So they, unsurprisingly, have closed their borders to us. We're going to close ours to theirs. We could declare a rivalry to get additional influence, but I don't want to piss them off too quickly. I'm going to try and be somewhat smart on this diplomatic game here. Looks like the destroyers are still being built.
Construction project concluded.
How many destroyers did I order? 5 of each, right? Yeah, 5 of each. Okay. Making sure I was reading that tooltip right. Okay, so it's command points. 12 out of 20 ships. And destroyers take up 2 command points each. So there are 6 currently in existence, therefore 12 command points being used. A Class 12 asteroid orbits this moon. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. Research it, please. The director of the Museum of Exobiology on Nelvadris has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture. It will require the full resources of a science ship for a lengthy period of time. We will gather.
Situation log updated.
Okay. Let's have us a look. Track all on map. Damn it! That's what I was afraid of. There are multiple of those species in Lozavada territory, so we're not going to be able to fully finish that off. Unfortunately.
System survey concluded.
Alright, now that's right, the station here. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into stable orbit around Eolum 1D. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they begun. Okay.
Research concluded.
That's over here. I don't know if we're going to add all that to our territory. We'll see. All right, fleet command limit has just increased by 20. That's good. We needed that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this tile blocker research because that's going to help us with our native planet type. Okay, we have discovered another archaeological site. And this one is in range. Nice. Okay. At first sight, there is only snow and ice on Bardagon 3. Vast expanses of impenetrable white glass lakes and jagged turquoise glaciers against fiery orange skies torn open like a wound, pouring red into the seas as Bardagon's stars set. If the world had an end, this would be it. Here the seas lie still and the snow untouched. The only sounds are the thunder of the ice calving and the wind howling across the plains. Yet Bardagon 3 was once someone's home. In the midst of a wide barren field, the black metal framework of a steeple protrudes from the white masses. What forgotten secrets could be buried beneath the snow? We don't know. Let's find out. So once you're done with that excavation, you're going to need to come up here once we have that in our territory. What else can we do with you guys? Let's see. Let's send you in that direction. And then I would like... Oh, very soon. Hang on.
System survey concluded.
Yep. There we go. Yeah. Not much more that I want to expand, but I think I want to have this cluster.
Special project concluded.
Mining drone work ethic. When not posturing with their mining lasers aimed at Oranathi ships, the drones appear steadfast and dumbly hardworking, hacking away at mineral-poor asteroids for want of something better to do. What is more interesting is that the drones are not completely silent, contrary to earlier assumptions. They emit signal pings, though extremely infrequently and at a wavelength hard to isolate from background noise. If there is anyone left to receive these pings, they may be a mystery for a long time. So we can go for easy prey and increase the damage we do to them, or we can get better mining station minerals output. Yeah. Fascinating automata. So that'll help with our energy in a few days. Now we have a development in this. This has actually gone on for several chapters now. I like it. Confronted Zarbia about the subspace transmitter. Turns out she had just shoved a bunch of junk and loose cables into an empty fuel canister. She's not even a real engineer. Purvax is now leaking fluids from his mesothorax. We will surely perish soon. Envious. Or will surely perish soon. Purvax will. Envious. Wow. So these guys are just failing horribly at whatever
Anomaly
they were sent there to do. And no one's going to rescue them, which sucks. An unknown phenomenon has been discovered near Aswiri. It is causing light to be frequently refracted and occasionally even entirely blocked out. Research. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, man. See, my inner wide player is screaming. Like, look at all these worlds that are, like, right within my access. Like, I feel like I should definitely take that system. I'm still going to play tall. I really am. Like, especially because I can't expand much farther that way. I don't want that cluster. They can have it. It's fine. But it's 3 planets. 3 planets. I don't know. I feel like that needs to happen. We're not going to try and capture the whole galaxy. That's the kind of tall playthrough we're going for. You heard it here first.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, we need to add those mining stations. I sent you into the next system a little bit too quickly. Now, we are ready to colonize additional worlds if I want to get really frisky. All right, the healthcare campaign edict has expired. Let's go ahead and get that back. Let's also, if I remember my hotkeys this time, let's go ahead and sell a bunch of minerals for a bunch of energy. An anomaly found close by Aswiri, however unlikely, appears to be some type of rift in space. It's possible the great mass of Aswiri somehow caused it, but its nature, and this is the actual star that's happening on, but its nature is beyond our understanding. The rift not only refracts and blocks light, but seems to actually draw it in and then push it out repeatedly, as if it were breathing photons. It is likely the immense gravitational pull of the rift has at some point inhaled in other things as well. We should exercise caution. So, special project, breathe in, breathe out. Keep a close watch.
Situation log updated.
Alright, so that's going to be another physics research project once amoeboid pacification is done. These projects for the past couple of episodes have taken a chunk out of our actual research time. But it's all in the name of science. All in the name of science, I say. Okay, yeah, I know that's expired.
Anomaly found.
There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Let's
Construction project
leave that one be for now. I will need, once you're done with Isval, we're going to have Talk Arlith be the one that looks into a lot of these other artifacts. And we do have to research some of these as well, the ones that we can, because we have a bunch within our territory. Yeah, leave be for now.
Construction
Things are still happening at a reasonably quick pace. I don't want to, again, I'm not going to add anything more to my colony list until I definitely have more administrative capacity. Speaking of that, how close are we? 6 months away from the discovery.
Anomaly found.
Tradition. What do we have here?
System
Unusual
survey
readings suggest
concluded.
there may be more to this desolate world than meets the eye. I believe the word I was looking for was unusual. There we go.
Anomaly found.
Okay, finding lots of precursor relics, which is great.
Research concluded.
All right, good. We now can clear those tile blockers. Gene clinics, about bloody time. A little bit behind on that. Pop growth speed plus 10%, also a really good idea. Let's go for the gene clinics first because they have the same function and it's cheaper. All right, we have a consumer goods shortage now, and we have had one in addition to the energy shortage. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Primordial soup. Nestled in the sheltered pockets across Aswiri 2's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that our researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, the spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter. Aswiri 2 has an unusually thick atmosphere for a barren world, which could make it hospitable for simple life forms. Although this presents a unique opportunity to study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be millions of years before life evolves naturally on Aswiri 2, if at all. Fascinating.
System survey concluded without incident.
Let's get that system built. And here we go. Our final tradition, Pops working with research have their upkeep reduced by 20%. Done. And our Ascension perk. So we can go for enigmatic engineering, which improves our sensor range and ship hyperline detection range. We could go for interstellar dominion, grasp the void, which increases starbase capacity, one vision, which improves monthly Unity Pops amenity usage, and governing ethics attraction, mastery of nature. This is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go for Imperial Prerogative so that we can justify some of the expansions that we would like to make, including new colonies, especially now that we know we have a somewhat aggressive neighbor and we have a bit of an energy shortage that needs to be addressed. So we are going to do this even though we are still playing tall this series. We're just loosening the boundaries a little bit because there's a lot right around us that I think is worth looking at. That's the last I'm going to justify it, but just in case anyone missed the previous episode, that is what's going on. Speaking of the previous episode and episodes in general, I'm going to stop this one here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.